Michael, we've been hearing that ISIS is this incredible fighting force. They've got strategic and tactical prowess. And what are you hearing from your guys on the ground who've interacted with them? Have they earned that reputation?
I wouldn't go that far. That's giving them way too much credit. Just the mere fact that they think they're intimidating our service members and our ground fighters by putting out a series of crappy YouTube videos is kind of silly. But you know, they rolled over the Iraqi army, basically dropping their weapons, turning over vehicles. So they haven't had a good fight yet. So I wouldn't put them on any high level of regard.
Michael, you know, there are a lot of people out there saying, look, we left Iraq too soon. If we had just stayed in a little bit longer, ISIS would not be as strong as it is today. I mean, I would probably hit back on that, saying that the outcome that we're seeing now was inevitable, regardless of when we left. What do you make of that? What would you say to those folks?
You know, that's a valid opinion and fact of the matter that happened, and you can't say, you know, if we'd stayed in Iraq 2 years longer, this wouldn't have happened. The only thing I can say is when we did withdraw, we left no residual force behind. We didn't maintain one of the large air bases that we had, like Al-Assad. We had no way of having a staging or a leaping point into the region should an incident like this happen. And I really want people to understand that ISIS is just one thing. They are just one fad that's happening right now. And the military members and the guys that are operating on the ground that squeeze triggers, we see all these groups the same. I don't care if they are rebels in Mogadishu, Somalia, or remnants of Al-Qaeda in Yemen, or any place else in the region. We see them all. They're all cut from the same cloth. They're thugs. They use terror and violence to suppress regions of people. And as I heard earlier, thinking about what is the end state here? How can we win this? And that is truly the question here, because you can go in and you can drone strike, you can drop bombs, you can put guys on the ground, you can kick in doors, you can do all these things that the U.S. military has extensive experience in doing with the past two wars we've had in the region. But understand that it's a regional, it's a cultural issue that is throughout the region, which, you know, like I've heard before, that's not going to be solved with just pure force.
Yeah, you say they're cut from the same cloth. I mean, if that's true, if we posit that that's true, that's the whole problem, right? Because the only thing Congress did before it went out of town was sign on to the part of intervention on the ground of training certain rebels on the theory that they're not cut from the same cloth. Indeed, that they'll do what we want around ISIS and put that on a co-equal priority to dealing with Assad, which is, of course, what they've cared about this whole time. That's what's so concerning about this strategy. Now, to your book and to Special Ops in particular, you talk about this Dagger 22 force. You talk about the way that there can be sort of more targeted or lightweight intervention, but not just drones, with the actual people. What do you think is the military ability to use Special Ops in the kind of conflicts we're having now, with the limitations you mentioned, that we don't have the ground jump-off in Iraq because we didn't get the Status of Forces agreement?
Yes. Special operations, they're good at what they do. They can go into an area, they can train indigenous forces, they can serve as that link between the indigenous ground forces, say the Iraqi army, and the massive arsenal of air power from the U.S. We can do things like that. We can get in there and we can, you know, do what we did before. We could push the Iraqis to stand up for their countries, to maintain their positions and hold their weapons up, and go in and we can take out key elements of the ISIS command. But we're going to deal with the same problem, because eventually we're going to have to leave. The answer isn't you know, 24-hour babysitting of the region. That's just not going to work.
Right.
And then you come full circle to this whole regional and cultural problem that is going on in the Middle East, because it's really a shame. And I feel for a lot of the countries in the region, because the rest of the world only sees them for or only knows them for their two main exports, which is oil and terrorism. And I hate it, because it's such a beautiful country, and the people there, you know, I've been to many countries, Jordan, Dubai, places like that, Kenya, and the people there are wonderful. And I hate to see these rogue groups being so brutal and really taking the forefront on people's perspective to that region.
I think that's such an important point. We don't want to lose sight of the beauty of most of the people there and the culture that exists in most places there. Michael Golembeski, thank you for your service and thank you for your